Have you ever felt a sudden chill run down your spine while you are all alone at home? Or maybe you've heard a whisper when no one else was around. You're not just imagining things. These experiences are more common than you might think. And today, we're diving deep into the world of paranormal phenomena in our own homes. We'll explore what these shadows and whispers could be, how to protect your space and your peace of mind, and even how to figure out if you might have a special connection to the other side. First, let's talk about what's going on. When people report strange occurrences, they often describe things like objects moving on their own, unexplained noises, or seeing fleeting shadows in the corner of their eye. These phenomena can be unsettling, to say the least. It's important to approach this with an open but critical mind. Before we jump to paranormal conclusions, it's always a good idea to rule out the simple, logical explanations. Is that creaking sound just the house settling? Could that flickering light be a wiring issue? Being a good investigator of your own home is the first step. Once you've ruled out the ordinary, you might be left with something truly unexplainable. This is where many people start to consider the possibility of a spiritual presence. These presences or entities are often thought to be spirits who haven't moved on, perhaps due to a sudden passing or attachment to a person or place. Most of the time, these entities aren't malicious. They might just be confused, lost, or trying to get your attention. Think of them less as monsters and more as echoes of a life once lived. So, if you suspect you have an uninvited spiritual roommate, what can you do? The most powerful tool you have is your own energy and intention. Your home is your sanctuary, and you have the right to feel safe and comfortable in it. The first and simplest method of protection is to verbally claim your space. Stand in the center of your home and state firmly and clearly something like, "This is my home. Only love and positivity are welcome here. Any energy that is not of my highest good must leave now." Say it with conviction. You are setting a boundary, just like you would with a living person. Your intention is incredibly powerful. For a deeper cleansing, many cultures have traditions that you can adapt. One of the most well-known is smudging, often done with sage. When you light a bundle of dried sage and let the smoke waft through your home, it's believed to clear away negative or stagnant energy. As you walk from room to room, make sure the smoke gets into every corner. While you do this, keep your intention clear. You are purifying your space and inviting in peace. Always be mindful of fire safety, of course, and use a fireproof bowl to catch any embers. If sage isn't for you, burning incense like frankincense or sandalwood, or even just lighting a white candle with the intention of purification can have a similar effect. Another wonderful tool is salt. For centuries, salt has been used for protection and purification. You can sprinkle a little sea salt across your doorways and windowsills to create a protective barrier. You can also place small bowls of salt in the corners of a room for a few days to absorb any negative energy, and then dispose of it outside your home. Some people also find comfort in placing protective symbols or religious items like crosses, crystals, or other personal talismans around their homes. Black tourmaline and selenite are two crystals particularly known for their protective and cleansing properties. But what if the activity seems to be centered around you and not just your house? What if you experience these things no matter where you go? This leads us to our next big question. Could you be a medium? A medium is someone who is naturally more sensitive to the spiritual realm. They can often perceive energies, spirits, or information that most people can't. So, how do you know if you have these abilities? There are several common signs. Do you have incredibly vivid or prophetic dreams? Do you sometimes just know things about people or situations without any logical reason? Maybe you feel strong emotional shifts in certain places, like suddenly feeling sad or anxious in a room for no apparent reason. This is you picking up on the residual energy of that place. Another sign is heightened sensory perception. You might hear faint music or voices, see sparkles or moving shadows in your peripheral vision, or even smell fragrances like perfume or flowers when there's no source. Many mediums also report feeling a tingling sensation or pressure on their forehead, around the third eye area, or feeling like someone is lightly touching their hair or arm. Children with these abilities often talk about imaginary friends who seem incredibly real, or they might be afraid of the dark because they see things. If this sounds like your childhood, it could be a clue. It's also common for mediums to be highly empathetic. They feel the emotions of others very deeply, sometimes to the point where it's overwhelming. You might find that strangers open up to you and tell you their life story, or that animals are particularly drawn to you. This is because your energy is open and receptive. If you resonate with many of these signs, you might have some latent mediumistic abilities. Now, don't panic. This isn't something to be afraid of. It's a part of who you are. The key is to learn how to manage and control it. If you're a magnet for energy, you need to learn how to shield yourself. Imagine a bubble of bright, white light surrounding you from head to toe. Visualize it as a protective shield that only allows positive energy to pass through while repelling anything negative. Do this every morning before you start your day. It's like putting on a spiritual raincoat. It's also crucial to learn how to ground yourself. When you're feeling overwhelmed by energies, stand barefoot on the grass or soil if you can. Imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet, deep into the earth, anchoring you. This helps you release excess energy and reconnect with the stable, calming energy of the planet. Meditation is another invaluable practice. It helps you quiet your mind, distinguish your own thoughts and feelings from those you might be picking up from elsewhere, and strengthen your connection to your intuition. Discovering you have these abilities can be a journey of self-discovery. It's about learning to trust your intuition and understanding the subtle energies of the world around you. If you're interested in developing these skills further, seek out reputable teachers, books, or workshops. Look for mentors who emphasize ethics, protection, and using these gifts for healing and positive purposes. Remember, whether you're dealing with a spooky house or discovering your own psychic sensitivities, you are in control. Your intention, your energy, and your boundaries are your greatest strengths. Create a home that feels like a haven. Shield your own energy and trust your inner guidance. The unseen world doesn't have to be scary. It can be a source of profound wisdom and connection if we approach it with respect, curiosity, and a little bit of knowledge. If you've had experiences like these, I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. Sharing our stories helps us all feel a little less alone in this mysterious and wonderful world. Thanks for joining me on this exploration today. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the unexplained. Stay curious and stay safe.